of Ikperu, Adeleke Basibo, among other dignitaries, says the identity and heritage of the land depended on the quality of its people, adding that Ikperu has both identity and quality, which the youth could harness to be useful to themselves and the society.
I pray to Almighty God to continue to show mercy and favor to every one of us forever in Jesus' name. I'm so happy and overwhelming joy. I did this I don't expect an opportunity to you all for your presence, administration, support, contribution to our development project.
And use this opportunity to remind themselves that Ikperu is a very important region in Ogun State. I like the history of the place, and I want to encourage people to come home more to contribute in any way or form to the economic development of the state.
Commissioning of Ultramodern Hall at the premises of Apostolic Grammar School, Ikperu, wrapped up the occasion.
For the use of this community to the glory of God Almighty, the Son, the Father, and the Holy Spirit.
Yusuf Ganiyu, Ogtv News.
Senator Ademola Adeleke has been sworn in as the 6th elected governor of Osun State. Adeleke of the People's Democratic Party was sworn in this Sunday, 27th November 2022, at the Osogbo City Stadium, Osogbo. Adeleke became the governor of Osun State after he was administered the oaths of allegiance and office by the state's chief judge, Justice Oyebola Adepele-Ojo. The swearing-in ceremony was attended by dignitaries, including the presidential candidate of the PDP and former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, his wife Titi, his running mate Governor Ifeanyi Okowa, governors of Akwa Ibom, Sokoto, Bayelsa states, and the minority leader of the House of Representatives, Ndidi Elumelu. It was also graced by traditional rulers led by the Ooni of Ife, Oba Adeyeye Enito Ogunwusi. Meanwhile, the Osun State Governor, Ademola Adeleke, has reversed the name of the state from the state of Osun to Osun State, and also reversed its appellation from the state of the virtues to the state of the living spring. Adeleke also reversed all appointments made by the immediate past governor, Adegboyega Oyetola, effective from July 7, 2022. Governor Adeleke ordered that all government bank accounts be frozen. He also stated that all actions of the Oyetola administration from July 17th will be revisited. Meanwhile, outgone governor of Osun State, Adegboyega Oyetola, has said his administration is leaving behind a total sum of 14 billion naira cash in the state's coffers. Oyetola also said between 2018 and time of his exit, his administration had paid a sum of 97 billion naira from the debt inherited, adding that the administration did not take any bank loan during his tenure as the governor. In a farewell message by Oyetola, as contained in a statement made available by his chief press secretary, Ismail Omipido, on Sunday, he further disclosed that the administration put Osun's economy on a better footing, through many people-centered and masses-focused projects implemented to make life worthwhile for the people of the state. According to him, Osun, under his watch, has been stable economically and manifested in the astronomical increase in the gross domestic product of the state since he assumed office. The Nigerian Association of Resident Doctors, NARD, has alerted of the plan by 4,000 of its members to disengage their services in the country and migrate abroad for greener pastures, noting that it was now a ratio of 1 doctor to 10,000 patients in the country. This came to fore as the association expressed worries over government's treatment of members. NARD revealed that Nigeria had already lost 2,000 doctors to the outside world in the last 2 years. It tasked the government to halt the drift by doing the needful to avoid what it called disaster in the nation's health sector. The national president of NARD, Dr. Emeka Orji, told journalists on Sunday that 1 doctor was at the moment attending to 10,000 patients. The University of Ilorin is intensifying its collaborations with all students of the institution to return the varsity to its glory days. This came to the fore at the inauguration of a memorial lecture in honor of a former national president of the Uni Ilorin Alumni Association, late Tarid Odedele, by the Ogun State chapter. The event also hosted the new and 11th Vice Chancellor of the University of Ilorin, Professor Wahab Egbewole, to a grand reception. Aderonke Adeyemi reports.
Immortalization of a fallen hero, whose impact remains forever etched in the mind of University of Ilorin alumni associations, has been achieved through the inaugural and memorial lecture in honor of late Mr. Tarid Odedele, the former national president of Uni Ilorin Alumni Association. After paying tribute to the deceased with heartwarming testimonies, dignitaries emphasized on taking the role of leadership in all of making an impact.
Your God, wherever you may see, that office you are occupying today, somebody was there before you. Your own time too will end, and you get out of it. What is the legacy that you want to leave behind?
We believe that this association is a microcosm of Nigeria. So definitely, if we can begin to take leadership responsibilities in this small space, of course our society will be better off, and of course our state will be better off. Then of course Nigeria at large will be better off.
The guest lecturer, Professor Mahfouz Adedimeji, thereafter did justice to the theme, the paradigm shift, our role in the birth of a new Nigeria.
We must all rise to the occasion by cleaning our corners and doing the best we can to make a difference, as exemplified by our most distinguished alumnus, Professor Oloyede.
A reception was also hosted with the new and 11th Vice Chancellor of Uni Ilorin, Professor Wahab Egbewole, who alongside alumni urged members to look forward to a partnership with the university and all alumni associations like no other.
Yes, there is a new sheriff in town who is ready to partner with the alumni association as a body, who is ready to partner with the individual alumnus of the university.
And Nigeria cannot be Nigeria without you and I. That look at yourself, what can you bring to the board? Don't look at what somebody has done.
He was an encourager. He was the one that pushed us not to forget our alma mater. So for us, it is a good thing for us, and we have determined to continue to remember him.
The new administration also promised to ensure the varsity is ranked among top 10 in Africa, in the range of 100 in the world, which is in accordance of the university's mantra, better by far. Aderonke Adeyemi, Ogtv News.
The 1982 graduating set of Muslim High School Isolu Abeokuta at its 40th anniversary honored their teachers and inaugurated projects that will be of benefit to the generations yet unborn. At the event held at the Kinta Ideaba, the chairman of the set, who was a former head boy, Mr. Olayori Oladapo, says that they are happy to what the school has grown to be. Bolaji Sampson completes the story.
The 1982 site of Muslim High School, Isolu Abeokuta, came together to honor their past teachers and donate projects to their alma mater. The colorful event marked the 40th anniversary of the 1982 set from the prestigious high school.
Students are offered the best possible education by helping them lay a solid foundation for learning to enable them live a fruitful life. It is pleasing to know that at Muslim High School, every student was a prized individual. The school gave students room for development.
The occasion brought all the students, teachers, and friends of the school together and was used to hand over various projects donated by the 1982 set to the school, which includes renovation of 3 classrooms, 15 pieces of marker board, among others. Some of their old teachers and school staff, some of who are currently aged, were honored with cash rewards. Among the teachers honored with cash gift include the then principal of Muslim High School, Mr. Fatai, Abeokuta, and others.
82 sets to our go to Committee.
I thank everyone that is here today.
Seeing them today, I was so happy and so excited. Seeing everybody. It's nice being together. At least in the past 40 years, I've never set my eyes on some of them. And being together today was a great thing that has ever happened to me in my life.
Students were also encouraged to take their studies seriously and pursue their dreams with all seriousness to achieve greatness in life.
The students of today, I want them to emulate what we left behind at that school. We were working hard, we were reading hard, and we were praying hard. Let them work hard, study hard, and pray hard.
The 40th anniversary of graduation from the school was a good opportunity for them, and they felt they should give back to their alma mater by making the environment conducive for learning. Bolaji Sampson, Ogtv News.
The federal government has condemned the attempted coup d'etat reported in the early hours of Friday in Sao Tome and Principe. In a statement on Sunday, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs said it stands in solidarity with the democratically elected government of the country. Nigeria, in a statement by Francis Kake Omayuli, Mrs. Spokesperson, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, also urged the people of Sao Tome and Principe to lend necessary support to the newly elected government of Prime Minister Patrice Trovoada in its efforts to address the challenges bedeviling the country and leverage on the gains of democracy for the good of its populace. And the Ministry of Mines and Steel Development says the Kano Gold Soak and other regional projects being executed by the ministry will become operational by year 2023. Mr. Olamileko Adigbite, the minister, said this on the sidelines of an event in Abuja. Adigbite said the souk will make the country to become a world destination for gold. According to him, we have trained people who will make jewelry, and they will be residents in that gold souk. The federal government, through the Ministry of Transportation on Sunday, extended the resumption date for the Abuja-Kaduna rail services. The Minister of Transportation, Muhazu Sambu, disclosed this to newsmen in Kaduna while on an inspection tour to assess the state of readiness between Abuja-Kaduna rail services before the commencement of operations. However, Sambu did not give a specific date for the resumption, but noted that it will not be more than a week. It was earlier reported that the Abuja-Kaduna rail services will resume operations on November 28, 2022. According to the minister, the federal government has introduced a new system of purchasing tickets, which he said is the beginning of security checks, adding that it will enable them to ascertain who boards the train at every point in time. The Minister of Interior, Rauf Aregbesola, has said that to win the fight against global terrorism, countries must focus their efforts on identifying, tracing, and seizing funds, assets, and property that are used to enable terrorism. Aregbesola stated this at the third Ministerial Conference on Counter-Terrorism Financing with the theme, No Money for Terror, held in New Delhi, India, at the weekend. In his speech, which was made available to journalists on Sunday, he said the federal government was using financial intelligence alongside kinetic measures to combat the scourge of terrorism in the country. From shadow banks, dark website cryptocurrency transactions, to illegal cross-border cash carriers and unlicensed money transfer agents, the infrastructure that supports terrorism must be dismantled to deprive them of the oxygen they need to organize and perpetrate acts of terror on our citizens, our communities, and our commonwealth, he said. Addressing his audience, Aregbesola said President Muhammadu Buhari was committed to wiping out terrorism in Nigeria, adding that security personnel have continued to take decisive actions against terror groups, resulting in significant numbers of combatants surrendering to troops over the past few weeks. The minister maintained that the scourge of terrorism was one that has continued to wreak havoc across vast parts of the whole world and causing hardship for millions of people across the African continent. And the Nigerian police force has arrested 2 offenders in possession of 468 permanent voter cards, PVCs. This was made known in a statement signed by the National Commissioner and Chairman, Information and Voter Education Committee, INEC, Festus Okoye, on Sunday. According to the statement, the offenders Nasiru Idris was found with 101 PVCs in Sokoto State, and another, name not mentioned, was caught with 367 PVCs. Okoye stated that their offense is in contravention of the Section 117 and 145 of the Electoral Act 2022. The statement added that the offenders are currently receiving their due punishments. Giving updates on the PVC collection, the Commission explained, following the end of the statutory period for the display of the Register of Voters for claims and objections, the Commission is determined to make the collection of PVCs as seamless as possible. NDLEA has recovered 4 kilograms of cocaine soaked in towels from a Brazil returnee. Its spokesman, Mr. Femi Babafemi, stated this in Abuja on Sunday, that the drugs were intercepted at the Nandi Azikiwe International Airport, Abuja, on Thursday, November 24. He added that NDLEA also intercepted 25 parcels of loud variant of Indian hemp weighing 5 kilograms and concealed in assorted luggage at the Nigerian Aviation Handling Company PLC import shed at the Lagos airport. The cargo, comprising clothes, cereals, body toys, drinks, and a set of 2 big loudspeakers, was intercepted on November 22 on arrival from Johannesburg on a Nigeria Air carrier. And to the foreign scene, Uganda's President Yoweri Museveni has extended a quarantine placed on 2 districts that are the epicenter of the country's Ebola outbreak by 21 days, adding that his government's response to the disease was succeeding. Movement in and out of Mubende and Kasanda districts in central Uganda will be restricted up to December 17. The presidency said it was originally imposed for 21 days on October 15, then extended for the same period on November 5. The extensions were to further sustain the gains in the control of Ebola that we have made, and to protect the rest of the country from continued exposure. The government's anti-Ebola efforts were succeeding, with 2 districts now going for roughly 2 weeks without new cases. The president said the East African nation has so far recorded 141 infections. 55 people have died since the outbreak of the deadly hemorrhagic fever that was declared on September the 20th. Protests in China against government's strict COVID measures have intensified, with some people publicly venting their anger at the Communist Party leaders. Thousands of protesters have turned out in Shanghai, where journalists witnessed people bundled into police cars. Students have also demonstrated at the universities in Beijing and Nanjing. The latest unrest follows a protest in the remote northwest city of Huromqi, where lockdown rules were blamed after 10 people died in a tall block fire. And the death toll from an earthquake that hit Indonesia's island of Java this weekend has risen to 321 as rescuers found more bodies on Sunday. The National Disaster Mitigation Agency said the shallow